What's up, everyone? Coach Tony here. In this training, we're going to talk about volunteering ideas you guys can do over this holiday break. It was our first time meeting. My name is Coach Tony, former UC Berkeley admissions reader, former UC director, and we've been helping families with the college admissions process for the last 15, 16 years now. Our kids have pretty much gone to all the top colleges all throughout the pretty much the nation now. A lot of top public schools, a lot of top private schools, even including the Ivies as well. So one of the things that you'll see a lot of our students have on their applications is going to be volunteering activities. So much that actually a lot of schools even have a section on their college apps like, hey, did you volunteer? Do you have any community service hours? This is also one of the things you see a lot of high schools, right? I kind of recommend our students to do as well too. They require certain hours there, right? So I think that's going to be the big thing to keep in mind there. So that's kind of the context of this training. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So today is going to be a very tactical training for you guys, right? So usually we do a lot of theory. We still will do some theory, but for a lot of it, it'll be tactical things you can do because at the end of the day, a lot of you guys are going to be like, hey, what can I do? Hey, what, like, tell me what to do, right? So again, today will be an example of that, of helping you guys figure out what we can do to help you, what your child can do with this holiday season itself. So again, if you're watching this live, it is Thanksgiving is right around the corner right now. And in addition to that, the winter break is coming up in a few weeks as well. So again, these are the activities I picked here today are things that you can do. Some of them could be one-off things that you do because it's appropriate for the season, or these are things that you can kind of start here and then always figure out what else can we do to continue the things that they enjoy to do as well. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and jump in. Actually, before we jump in, for those who are interested, we do free 15-minute coaching calls for all new families. Not yet currently in any of our programs. We help you guys kind of see where you guys are at and give you guys a recommendation of what to work on next is the key there. Okay, so if you guys are interested in this, not a sales call, you can't even buy anything, no pitches, you can't even buy anything on this call either. We just want to see if we can help you guys out with this journey here. Okay. So if you guys can go ahead and do that, if you guys want access, you guys can text the word coach to 949-298-6234. And our team will go ahead and help you, send you the link to book that free coaching call. And if you want the notes to what I'm going to talk about today, you can text the word notes 949-298-6234, and we'll send you the notes that I'm reviewing here today. Okay. That being said, again, this is going to be volunteering activities that you guys can work on. These are going to be tactical tips. These are almost like step-by-step things for you guys to do. Because I was like, yeah, go volunteer. What do I do? I'm going to tell you guys what to do is number one. And number two, here's how I would do each one of these as well too. Okay. First one's a very easy one, a very straightforward one as well. Food bank volunteering. Okay, so with this, very within the season of Thanksgiving itself, there's a lot of places that could use assistance. So if you want to reach out today, tomorrow, I bet you there's going to be people who will say yes right away for you. So again, look at local food banks, right? Some of the bigger ones are like Feeding America, or just do a quick Google search on like food banks in your city, and that will be how I'd look for more of them. Do that here. You can sign up for a volunteering shift as well. Again, if you call them, you can do it on a call. A lot of them now have moved to a website version where you can go online and log in there. Some of the smaller ones don't even do that. Some of the small ones just show up and they'll say, hey, come here this time. They'll help you out. They'll give you the quick little 5-minute training to help you guys out with that, right? Something I would recommend here, bring your friends with you, right? Because it's kind of boring to do stuff by yourself, but if you bring like a friend, someone in the family to come with you, so it's a fun kind of bonding event you're doing with someone else. So it's fun. You can pass, you can talk. It's one of those things that you're doing stuff the same motion over and over. If you're talking next to your friend, it's a little easy as well too. Okay, so that's that. And then, yeah, and there's some example of things they can help you sort donations, pack meals, distribute food. That's kind of some of the things that we've seen some of our students do here. Okay. Next thing, this is more of getting closer to the winter break season, is hosting a toy drive. So any of the students who are now kind of looking a little ahead of this. I think that's going to be a big key here. So partnering with organizations like Toys for Tots or the Salvation Army is going to be a big one. They already do this. Like I remember when I used to do this a lot, I did with Toys for Tots. They will send you a box, right? Then you ask them, they'll send you a box to collect toys as well too. And then you can set up collection points. Again, you don't have to be the actual one doing the work. You can be the one that coordinates it as well too. So in addition to the volunteering, this can also demonstrate leadership on your application itself, right? So coordinating, hey, if your school can be a point there, you can actually contact multiple schools. You're not just stuck with your high school, right? See if there's other high schools in your region that would love to participate in this. Middle schools participate, your local church to do that, or any community centers, right? You can be the one who help organize all this together there, and each of the regions can help figure that out and put together there, right? You can go ahead and create flyers. Nowadays, you guys can go ahead and create an account, canva.com. Right, canva.com is a free website to create flyers. A lot of our graphics, by the way, all came from Canva as well too. So definitely use canva.com. It's free. There is a paid version. You don't have to do the paid version. Stay with the free version. Still very, very good. You can create flyers and again, post it on social media to get people to kind of be invested in the thing as well. Again, set deadlines, very simple. Hey, we're going to collect it on this day. So make sure you have anything by this day as well too. And you're going to coordinate the drop off. Sometimes some of like the Toys of Tots, they will grab it and pick it up for you. So you don't have to do it. Or if you are doing it, you can go drop it off. It's a really cool feeling dropping off as well too. And again, writing thank you notes for those who helped you with this to kind of help you. Again, goodwill. You can probably do more of these in the future here. Okay. Number 3. This is a fun one. I was talking to one of our coaching students earlier. One of their projects was about the elderly. So I think it inspired me to think of this idea as well too. Holiday cards, right? So again, a lot of people in nursing homes and senior settings as well too, they don't get a lot of things, right? It's pretty sad. It's one of those like really, really sad things that they don't get a lot of attention, love as well. So what I would do is, hey, can you fill that void? Can you volunteer and fill that gap right there? So I would contact those local nursing home or a senior center and see if they can do anything to help you out with that. That's going to be one area here. In addition to that, in terms of gathering supplies, right? Gather supplies here, card stock, markers, stickers, and then personalize each card. Again, you can probably get a list of their names. You can do that. Again, does it have to be just you? No, you can put together a little team, right? Put together a little team and you're the one coordinating. Again, you can see how I'm tying leadership and volunteering together a lot here, is that you can coordinate this and have others help you with this as well too. Right. And then, like, here we go. I skipped ahead of it. Organize a group event to make cards together. Right. Or you can do it virtually. What if you do a virtual party, right? Where like everyone's like on Zoom, you're just hanging out and everyone's making a card each or making 2 cards each, for example. Then you can all do it and you have a lot more. Then you can deliver it in person, or you can mail it off, drop it off as well too. That's right. Again, if you go to local ones, you can drop by, see their face. I think that's a really cool one as well too. Okay. Next one, offer free tutoring for younger students during the break. It's a pretty long-ish break, right? So usually like 2-3 weeks for some students that like, hey, some parents want them to like keep on it, or some students are kind of falling behind. First semester should happen. They're like, whoa, I didn't do so hot. So what can we do to kind of bump this up a little bit? Is offer free tutoring for younger students here. So you can create flyers. Again, go ahead and use canva.com and post it in local Facebook groups, right? Again, this is the big thing now. I would say usually go to the schools, which you still can do, right? But again, nowadays, go ahead and promote it through the local Facebook groups. I think that's going to be a good one as well too here. And then you can use Zoom, use Google Meet to host these sessions. Again, do you have to do it in person? You probably don't have to, right? But you can definitely do it via Google, Zoom or Google Meet there. Focus on the areas that you enjoy or you're good at is the thing. So if you're good at math, you can do math sessions. If you're good in science, do science session. Again, how do you up it to leadership? If you have like friends who are good in the other areas, you can probably bring them in and see if they're interested, right? And tag teaming with you on this. You can take science, they can take math, or you can take English, they can take math, for example, right? That's that. Right? You can do it and get solid structure, maybe twice a week for that. And this is something you can actually do later on, right? Start it because winter break's a great time. People get excited for it. And you can continue this as time goes on as well, too. That's a really cool thing there. And then you can gather feedback to track progress as well, too, to get better and better and better. Again, with this type of stuff, you're working with humans. The thing about working with humans, right? Hey, what you like about it so I can tweak it and make it better yourself. Because I guarantee you the first time you're teaching in class, if you're doing this, it's not going to be great, right? It's not going to be great at all. People say I'm a good speaker. I am not that great of a speaker, but I just done it so often that for years that it just becomes natural because I talk a lot to a screen, literally also, right? So I'm very used to this here, okay? Next one. This is a pretty cool, unique idea. I was talking to one of our other students about this, and this kind of gave me the inspiration for this. Did you know there's a group out there called Learning Ally, right? So a lot of students who kind of struggle with like dyslexia or like any reading, right? Like normal reading ability, right? They're really good with audiobooks, right? It's hard for them to read on paper, but it's actually really they love the audiobook format. I love the audiobook format. So one thing you can do is you can actually volunteer with them, Learning Ally, or like look at your local library and see if you can do something similar at that level as well too. You can actually read books and record it, and then so other students and other people can kind of listen to the audiobook recording here. Okay, if you're looking for a free tool, Audacity.com. Free, you download it, you can record audio really quickly. Some of them are pretty cool. You have your phone on you, you can use voice notes and just export it out there as well, right? And then you can do public domain books. You don't get in trouble because if you do a private book, then you may get in trouble. But public domain is free for everyone, right? You can do that, or again, see if the library has anything that hey, we need help on this and this. We can definitely talk about that as well too. And then again, submit it. So they will have like technical thing like a certain file format. And again, there's tons of free tools to change it up because I know like the iPhone uses like an M4A format that most people don't use. You got to change it to like a MP3 or WAV format to make sure it's good. Just Google this to that, right? And then you have to convert it and send it in, and you're helping them out as well too, right? Next one, serving meals at a shelter, right? So again, say very, very similar. Again, with the holiday season, this is kind of be one of those big spikes as well too. Again, this is actually available all year round. So don't be like, oh, it's only a holiday thing. If you do enjoy this, again, that's the other big thing too. Don't do things for the sake of doing things, right? Do things because, hey, I think I would enjoy this. This would be good for me. Like I like it. Do those things, right? So in terms of like serving meals at a shelter, you can sign up with like local shelters, soup kitchens. Again, how do you do that? Type in your city, local shelter, or shelter, your city soup kitchens, and they'll pull up a bunch of them, right? They'll probably have you attend some level of training, some orientation, and do that. And you show up, right? It's pretty simple, not a lot of super complicated. You'll help with meal preps, setup, and serving, and then helping them out as well. So you meet a lot of really cool people here as well. Okay. Here's another fun one. A lot of our students I've noticed are very environmentally friendly, right? So I was like, oh, what's something we can do with them? So one idea that I thought of was, what if you start a winter garden, right, for your community? Because again, when it comes to planting, I learned this from one of our students, is that plants grow at certain seasons, right? So certain seasons is better for certain other plants. So what I could do if you're interested in this is contact a community center or even your school. One of the schools next to where I'm at, they have a farm. It's actually pretty cool, right? So talk to the school, see if you can do a little garden project as well too, and then find any winter crops. Like for example, here is kale, spinach, or any root vegetables. Right? Recruit the volunteers and gather supplies, donations, and local sponsorship. This is a big one. So again, keep in mind a lot of these ideas. You can start it. You can be the ones who like drive it. But once you get to a certain point, you can actually bring people in to help you run those, and you move from the role of the doer to the role of like the manager, right? Meaning you're moving and you're adding on leadership positions and roles for you guys. So definitely take a peek at that here. That's gonna be an awesome one. Another big one here is donation and local scholarships, right? A lot of our students are like, all right, my mom's gonna pay for it. My dad's gonna, like, no. Let's figure out the money, right? Someone has the money that you need. Let's go find it. And especially because you're volunteering, it's a very easy thing. If I came to people and say, hey, give me $5 to do this. They're like, no, use your own money, right? But for you, because you're a high school student, leverage that. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm building a little garden for the school as well too. We need like 250 to do it. You think you can help us contribute part of it to help us build this? Some people's like, yeah, take the whole thing, right? Or someone's like, yeah, I'll pitch in half or $50 of this. I'm like, awesome. And you just go keep find people who would want to do it. Again, their goal has to be aligned with that as well too. Okay. And then host these sessions and then create a rotation for the upkeep because you gotta water it. You gotta do that. Is the school gonna do it? The community gonna, or you have to go back every week to do that as well too. And then later on, once you're good, have a harvest day and harvest all the crops and donate them, right? If you want, or eat them, or however you want to do the thing as well. Again, this is your project, whatever you end up wanting to do. But this is really good for those of you who said, I'm interested in environmental sciences and this and that. This might be something for you to consider as well, too. All right. Next one, offering photography services to nonprofits, right? So this is pretty cool. And one of our students actually did this. That's why I brought this up as well, too. So with this, reach out to a local nonprofit for any holiday event photography. There's a lot of photography, photography of holiday events happening, and everyone wants the pictures taken. Everyone wants the memories, at least, right? The memories taken there. So if you offer, and then people pay money for this. So if you say, hey, can I just help volunteer and help you guys with this, right? And then you say, I don't charge for it, I just want to help you guys out, right? How much higher likelihood of getting a yes here, right? So you take pictures or whatever it is, right? The food drives, the shelters, the fundraisers as well too. You can edit them, right? There's tons of free editing tools now as well too. Don't ask me, I have no clue about photography, but you can edit photos now, and then you can give it to the group after you're done, right? And you can, if you want to ask them and just put it like a little logo, you can. I don't recommend it, especially for this stuff, because again, you want to let your results speak for themselves, right? So like if they are good, they will promote you. They're like, thanks to so and so for the pictures, and if people like your pictures, they will reach out to you after. This is like the transition to those who want to make photography like a side gig, right? But you can always ask, hey, can I share these photos on my social platform? A lot of the photography students we know, they have like a social media page where they showcase their work, right? So this might be another awesome thing for you guys to consider as well. Okay. So it's that. Here's a really cool event that I actually run myself. So this is something I did. I haven't done the last 2 years, but something you guys could do, and it's actually not that hard to do. It took us usually every year like 2 hours to plan, to prep, and to make it happen. So it's a pretty fast event to run. And I think you guys, with help, you could probably run it yourself without a lot of assistance as well too, right? So this event is called Pictures with Santa. This is one of those iconic events we used to throw them. I used to run a childcare center, so this is one of the events that we used to throw every single year. So one of the big things here is that you're basically taking pictures with Santa, right? So, like if you think of the mall, people going to the mall taking pictures there, but the lines are super long and all this stuff, right? So we basically brought Santa to the students that we had. So we ran a childcare, so it was the kids were already there, right? So we brought Santa to them basically. But again, you can probably do this with younger students. You could even do high school students as well too, right? But it works a lot better with the younger students, K-5, I would say, right? So what I would do, again, find someone to host the event at. Community center, library, school, small businesses. The small businesses are a pretty good angle because they will maybe sponsor, they'll pay for you, meaning if you don't have the money to, some of this will cost money, they can help sponsor the event also because, right, what's in it for them? They will get a bunch of traffic going into their business because of that. That's kind of how, if I was you and I would sell this to a company, you try to find a company that works a lot with kids, right? That work with kids. Think about that in your city, right? I would ask them, hey, if I did all the work, you just let me use your space, right? That day itself. And I'll have everyone coming in. You can talk to every lead because it doesn't matter to you at least, right? Everyone who comes in, but they can talk to every person that comes to the door. That's a win for them. That's free traffic in their business, right? So that's what I would do if I were you, right? So I'll do that, and you can also partner up with a group call like Toys for Tots or food banks. This is like tying multiple days together, and see if you can do donations, right? Because these do cost money. These photo shoots aren't free. Sometimes they're free, but a lot of these they're paying something, right? A lot of people are paying something for that. So what you can do is like, hey, take a picture with Santa and just donate a toy, right? Or picture with Santa and donate like 10 cans, 5 cans, something, right? That way, it's like you're doing good. You're kind of using people's collective people to do good, and you give them kind of payoff as well too, right? Then I would look for a Santa volunteer as well too. Look at like retirees, actors, costume enthusiasts. For me, I actually paid them. There's actually Santas you can hire as well. If you guys go to thumbtack.com, we found we have a really good Santa. If anyone's in the Orange County area or LA, I think he's from LA. That you need a Santa, let me know. I have a really really good one as well too. And then use that volunteer, right, to help with that. Again, volunteer. We paid for ours. As well, you'll see why. I'll have a picture in a little bit, but our Santa actually works in with he hangs out with Hollywood actors. That's kind of the Hollywood hires him. So that's the Santa I know as well too. So pretty impressive Santa, right? Do a festive backdrop, have decorations. Again, borrow them. Have people in your group who's putting on, borrow them, or you can do it yourself, right? That save some money there, right? Design flyers. Again, I would use Canva. Design flyers, make posts out in this. If you're partnering with a business or like a school, leverage their page, right? They probably have more followers than you too, vice versa. But whatever it is, leverage them, have them come. Hey, come, it's a library event. Hey, come to a library. We have Santa coming, blah, blah, blah. I'll be at this library this time. So what's in it for the other person, right? And then make sure you let them know, is it free? Is it stuff? Like, do you bring stuff? Clothes, or do you bring toys, canned food, whatever the thing is, if you're doing it. If not, just a free thing, right? Just a heads up, we do free, a lot more people will come. If you do come with stuff, I still say a lot of people will come, but not as much as the first one. So keeping that in mind, make sure you share details on time, location, how they participate. If you are actually doing this, I would definitely create a path in the place where you can come in one way, go out the other way. You don't want to go in and out. I've done this many years. I don't recommend that. Learn from experience, right? Use a camera, or now use your phone. Your phones are super smart now, right? That you can actually use your phone yourself to get really good pictures, right? So keeping that in mind as well too. And then you can send it to them via Google folder, send them to a link as well too. What you can do, if I were you, right, I'd have the business send the pictures to the client so the business owner can talk to them and do whatever they want to do. But for you, you did your role. You helped organize a really cool event. When we did this, we had hundreds of people go through the door in a few hours. So it's actually pretty cool there. Here's actually a picture of the event. I looked exactly the same. Maybe look a little younger in that picture. This was a few years ago. You see, Santa looks legit. Very legit Santa as well too. We had a backdrop here. We had a Christmas tree. You can see the Christmas tree as well too. Students are here. Put them out for privacy purposes, right? But then me, I do have a Santa suit. I think it still fits as well too. If I see you guys in person in the holidays, I'll wear the Santa suit for you guys. But yeah, so that's that. Really fun event. It's easy to run as well too. So one of the cool things you guys can definitely do there, right? Another one for our tech students, right? You can host a tech recycling drive, right? What's coming up this weekend? Black Friday. What's coming up next month? Christmas. What does that mean? People are buying new toys, right? So because people are buying new toys, you can partner up with a recycling or an e-waste organization to go ahead and take out and like help recycle the old technology as well too. So again, similar thing as well too, right? Share the drop-off points for the phones, the laptops, the chargers as well too. You can make this an educational thing for those of you who are interested in like the environmental stuff, right? You can actually do this on e-waste and do that as well too. Imagine you brought in your city on this, right? This is one of those things that like the mayors of cities loves to work on because again, that promotes good things for everyone, right? So again, do that, partner with the cycling one, and you can do a report on it as well too, right? Share a little report, go to City Hall, talk about to the mayor. The mayor will give you a really cool award, not all the time, sometimes, and then that's a really cool thing there too. Okay. One more thing, last one as well, is that and you guys liking the ideas? These are pretty unique ideas, right? Some of them are like new ones you haven't thought of before, right? This one, virtual coding classes for beginners. Again, during break time, everyone is off, right? Because everyone is off, you have everyone at home, right? The beauty of having everyone at home is that you can teach people stuff, right? So some of our students are really good at coding. They love teaching people stuff as well too, that you can go ahead and do coding languages, the easy ones, Python, Scratch, Java's other easier one as well too, right? You can do a curriculum basic, again, holiday theme, right? For example, creating a snowflake animation as well too. If you don't know, by the way, I would Google, I would YouTube, how do I do it, and say you can do it. Again, advertise the free classes. If you were going to do this, I would start advertising now so you can get it for the winter break, right? So it is the thing there. And you can do this via Zoom, right? Do different sessions via Zoom, send the materials via email. How much does that cost you? Nothing, right? You can send the flyers to the schools directly as well too. Hey, I want to create a free thing for like elementary, middle school families, high school families, even if they want to, right? Teaching students how to code as well. So if you want to talk about leadership, talk about teaching, talk about experience in the coding space, applying what you're doing, here's a really good example as well too. Okay. That's pretty much it. I gave you guys ideas. Is there you guys like it? Did one or two of these kind of inspire you guys to do something this break? So well, the big kind of takeaway of all this is that again, don't feel like you have to do one of these, but the big takeaway also is if you have the time, let's do something with that time as well. Because if you don't share the readers what you do at that time, I assume you watch Netflix. That's all you do, right? So I definitely recommend doing something with your time. Again, volunteer for me at least. I'm a big volunteer, right? If you kind of know, it's kind of what I do. I like to give everything out for free. I like to do stuff. I volunteer. Those of you guys who follow me on social media, you guys, I'm pretty much volunteering at random places on the weekends a lot as well too. Because then I'm gonna have to. I'm not applying to college, right? So I'm not doing it for college. It's just who I am. I enjoy it. It's fun for me, and I think that's the goal, right? So if that is fun for you, the student, right, definitely just do more. And here, a lot of them just are stuck. What should I do? Here are some ideas. This is not the exhaustive list. Tons of things you can do. So, but the biggest thing is figuring out what do you enjoy and what's something we can do with that as well. Okay. With that said, that is pretty much it for the call here today. For those who want to stick around after I end the recording, this week we are doing a special Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm going to review that promotion if you missed it earlier. So if you want to stick around to me live, you guys will see that. For everyone watching the replay, that's pretty much it for this session. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the next one.